A big advantage of optical cable-controlled drones is their good maneuverability. When necessary, they develop high speed, thanks to which they catch up with fast-moving enemy armored vehicles of various types and cars. It has also been repeatedly demonstrated how such kamikazes hang in the air, choosing the most vulnerable spots on the target or slowly making their way inside objects where the Ukrainian armed forces' equipment is hidden. The expression, "I'll get you from under the ground," is exactly about the UAV, Prince Vandal Novgorodsky. Recently it was shown how such a KVN, in a well-fortified underground shelter with logs, reached the enemy 155mm self-propelled artillery unit 2S-22, Bogdana. The blow fell right on the crew cabin. In total, according to various sources, 23 such self-propelled guns have been destroyed to date, most of them by drones. Both Russia and Ukraine have increasingly turned to fiber optic FPV, first-person view, drones as a key component of their military strategies. These drones are equipped with a unique control system, where they are not powered by traditional wireless radio frequencies but rather by a fiber optic cable that connects the drone to its operator. This setup significantly increases the range and control stability of the drone, as it is not subject to the limitations of wireless communication, which can be disrupted or jammed. The fiber optic cable acts as a secure, high-bandwidth connection, transmitting both video feed and control signals in real time without relying on conventional radio signals. The most crucial advantage of this system is its ability to bypass typical anti-drone technologies, particularly jamming efforts. Traditional drones, which rely on GPS and RF signals, can easily be disabled by electronic warfare tactics such as jamming. However, fiber optic drones operate independently of these signals, rendering them nearly immune to conventional disruption methods. The cable also provides the drone with a constant power supply, meaning it can fly longer distances without needing to worry about battery life. This makes fiber optic FPV drones incredibly effective in conducting surveillance or carrying out precision strikes, as they are less vulnerable to the usual countermeasures. The challenge of neutralizing these drones lies in their reliance on the fiber optic link, which is much harder to sever than a wireless signal. Unlike radio frequency signals that can be jammed or blocked with relative ease, cutting or disrupting the physical cable requires close proximity or precise targeting, which is far more difficult to achieve in the chaos of battlefield operations. Additionally, the fiber optic cable is typically well protected and often disguised to blend into the environment, making it even harder for enemy forces to locate and destroy it. As both sides continue to innovate in the use of these drones, their increasing prevalence in the conflict marks a significant evolution in modern warfare tactics. The use of fiber optic FPV drones first gained significant attention earlier this year, primarily through Russian military channels. In the initial wave, Zala, a subsidiary of the Kalashnikov Group, made headlines by boasting about their new quadcopter, the Optic 55. The optical cable, which was coiled and extended as the drone flew, offered a new method of maintaining connectivity that is impervious to traditional jamming tactics. On March 2, Ukrainian military blogger Serhiy Flash reported on the discovery of this unusual Russian FPV drone. In addition to its typical warhead, the drone was carrying a hollow plastic egg-like object, which contained a piece of unidentified equipment. Flash posed the question to his readers, asking if anyone could identify the strange object. A few days later, he posted the answer. Ukrainian experts had dismantled the drone and uncovered that the mysterious object was actually a spool of optical fiber cable attached to a commercial optical transceiver, manufactured in China and designed for high-speed communications. The markings on the spool indicated that it contained 10,813 meters, 6.7 miles, of cable. This discovery revealed an entirely new capability for drones in combat, long-range, secure, and interference-proof communication using fiber optic technology. The use of fiber optic FPV drones has posed a significant challenge for traditional countermeasures, as these drones operate independently of radio frequencies, making them immune to conventional electronic warfare tactics like jamming. This advancement demands new approaches to neutralizing them. From a military tactical perspective, the key challenge is to find ways to physically disrupt the communication channel, the optical cable, while ensuring that the drones can be neutralized without relying on traditional remote control. So what might Russian engineers come up with to counter this new threat? One initial approach could involve developing technologies that impede or sever the optical cable connecting the drone to its operator. Innovations in laser technology might be key in this regard. High-powered lasers could be mounted on military vehicles or even on combat drones to interfere with or cut the optical signal, creating optical jamming that disrupts the communication. This could lead to the loss of control of the drone while leaving the operator unable to regain the connection. Another potential method could involve the use of sensor networks designed to detect and track the trajectory of the drones through environmental changes or object movement analysis. Such networks could include acoustic sensors to detect the sound signatures of drone motors or infrared sensors to track the heat signatures of drone engines. Once a drone is detected, it could be neutralized using physical means, such as laser weapons or even high-speed anti-aircraft missiles, designed to target small, fast-moving objects. The possibility of using smart networks to neutralize the physical location of the optical cable should not be overlooked either. Tactics that involve specialized forces or drones tracking and destroying the optical cable itself could prove effective, especially if combined with reconnaissance capabilities to identify vulnerable points. This could also include the use of compact robotic devices that infiltrate the combat zone and physically destroy the cable without disrupting the operator's core infrastructure. Despite these potential approaches, the primary challenge in countering fiber optic FPV drones will be their mobility and their ability to function at long ranges without relying on traditional radio signals. This will require military forces to rethink the concept of safe zones in operational environments and invest in new technologies for tracking and neutralizing drones that can operate beyond the range of conventional countermeasures. Ultimately, it may require a re-evaluation of the concept of electronic warfare itself, as it's no longer just about disrupting radio signals but physically interfering with communication channels. Future strategists will need to focus on multidisciplinary approaches combining sensors, lasers, and robotics in integrated systems for defending airspace. These tactics will demand new paradigms of thinking and innovations that adapt to the ever-evolving nature of modern warfare.